So not just cleaning the wound, but asking, why did the wound get there? So that's upriver thinking.
I've been up for weeks, I ain't sleep up in days. Trying to get it up for my city, I'm saying. Jewels around my neck trying to give me a 10. I just keep on dreaming about the Bucks when I need me a band. No Coldplay, Nirvana, R.E.M. My life is a movie starring them. I've been wasted, losing time again. But no.
Now I want to talk about is upriver thinking. And this was sparked from a conversation from a friend of mine named Billy Thrall. Worked in nonprofits for about 30 years. I mean, just all of his life, he's always worked in nonprofits. And he came to me one day, we're sitting at our whiteboard, and he said, I'm tired of working downstream. I was like, what does that mean? And what that really means is he's tired of sitting at the bottom and just servicing people. He was being more preventative in his approach. You want to talk about more preventative things instead of saying, okay, just feed the person who's hungry. How do we get them a job to feed themselves? That's really the theory behind it. So he wrote down on the whiteboard this. He's tired of living down here and only servicing these people. But how do you work back upriver? So if somebody's hungry, or for example, let's take the foster care system. Foster care kids are down here. How do you work up to prevent them from going into the system? How do you do that? And then up here, so you have foster care, I got prevention up here. These are people, so we're down here. So I work at a group home. So we work with kids down here. That's where we are. But there are organizations like Thrive who are downtown, and they are preventative. They work with the city, they work with the state to try to prevent people from being inside. We're down here. We want to move people back upriver. So whatever issues you are in, you want to try to think proactively. You want to try to think in a prevention manner. For example, Scott Harrison, who's the founder of Charity Water, before he founded Charity Water, he's actually on the Mercy ship as a photographer. And he saw a lot of people with bacteria in their mouth, their growths, and the reason why they were getting this bacteria was because they didn't have clean water. So he's decided to say, well, what if we built them wells? So his thought, he saw what the downriver version was, which was bacteria, people with growths in their mouth. And he said, if I can be more preventative in my care, these people wouldn't have to have these problems. So he even thought very preventatively in his approach. And that's why, part of the success of Charity Water has been, this is the result of what happened. So not just cleaning the wound, but asking, why did the wound get there? So that's why we want to work with other foster care groups or group homes or adoption agencies or the preventative care to help with the whole ecosystem of what's going on. So that's really upriver thinking, is really just being preventative. If you're working at a nonprofit, I'd encourage you to see, okay, who are the people upriver from me? Who are the people that are feeding people into the system? But also seeing what's downriver from you. For example, for us at the group home, I talked to the Thrive, the prevention people, because I want to know if there are people coming into the system, maybe we have a bed available for someone they've worked with. But I also talk downriver, I talk to people that deal with adoptions, because in the foster care system, if they're severed from their families, they're going to be adopted. So I want to talk to the agencies to tell the story of the kids that are going through. So I'd encourage you as a nonprofit to think of, okay, who's upriver from me and then who's downriver from me, and see how that helps you out. So hopefully that is helpful for you, but it's something that I've been thinking about on my mind and I want to share with all of you. Sweet.
I've been up for weeks, I ain't sleep up in days. Trying to get it up for my city, I'm saying. Jewels around my neck trying to give me a tan. I just keep on dreaming about the Bucks when I need me a band. No Coldplay, Nirvana, R.E.M. My life is a movie starring them. I've been wasted, Uzi time again, but